So that's our just quick thoughts on She-Hulk. But here's something I didn't think we'd ever be speaking about, Kyle. Something I thought, no fucking shot. She-Hulk Season 2 apparently is in the works at Marvel. Well, it was at least before the strike. Right, here's what I'm going to say real quick. I liked the first episode of She-Hulk. I loved episode 8 of She-Hulk, but that's because it had Daredevil in it, and show me Charlie Cox's Daredevil, and I'll do anything for you. But overall, as a show, She-Hulk, I did not like it. Now, do I think doing a season 2 could work? It could work, get the right writers in, and write it better. Absolutely. Anything's better, anything can work with better writers. But do I think Marvel should do it? No, I don't think they should, because it didn't work last time, and I don't think you're going to be able to win people back over to this. I think they need to put the money and attention into something else. Would I want to see it as She-Hulk Season 2? I'd be up for it, but I don't think they should do it. I think it is the dumbest business decision they can make right now, when they've got all these other characters that they could use.
Hear me out. I agree with you.
I want to see it. I want to see it, and I think they should do it. No, I want to see it, and I'd be open to it, and I think they could do it good and do it better than Season 1, but I just don't think they should do it.
I'm not surprised, really. I'm more a little bit like, you could have done Moon Knight Season 2. You could have done something else, something this, something that. But this just, I'm not excited for this. I'll say this. I am not in any shape or form looking forward to this. Like, it's not to say I won't watch it. I probably will. But here's the thing, though, Callum. Like, with the first season, I think a lot of people did end up watching it, even people who didn't like it, just to complain about it. Because I was just seeing memes and
do you know
stuff
what
like
I'm gonna
that,
do?
and all the buzz and talking about it.
Do you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna tag this video MCU just to see what type of people it brings in.
Oh, fuck's sake, Colin. Mate, you like those comment battles. You're ready for it, you got your mechanical keyboard and everything. Fucking keyboard warrior.
Man, no, it's mostly at work, and I'm just like, fucking little bastard, come here.
But yeah, no, I just hope the CGI is better. I hope that they don't do,
Well, it's like CGI and stuff like that. That's at the back of my list. Good story first, and I think everyone can agree the biggest sin with She-Hulk Season 1, it was marketed as a comedy. Wasn't that funny? Do you know, the only thing that made me laugh out loud with She-Hulk Season 1 is Captain America, folks. I think that's the only thing that made me laugh out loud. But then I remember us watching it.
Fucks.
I remember when we were watching it, it wasn't like... it was like...
Yeah, I feel like they squeezed everything they could get out of this character in Season 1. To be honest, they had a Daredevil, they had the Abomination, they had the Hulk.
Do I want to see Tatiana again, though? In another project as She-Hulk?
Yeah.
Absolutely. I thought she did well with what she was given. I really feel like she did a good job at playing Jennifer Walters, and I thought her chemistry with Mark Ruffalo in that first episode was fantastic.
I think one of my favourite scenes is when they're talking to the Abomination. I forgot his name. He's
Neil Blomsky, Abomination.
Yeah, and when he's like talking about like, oh, how I was supposed to be the good guy, and you kind of, that was like, oh, that was a really good fucking scene for Abomination.
Yeah.
I think Abomination was not in it enough for me, and should have been really the main. If it was gonna be in it, don't have him as this weird main but side character in it. It was really weird how they posed it, and the whole thing, whole bollocks of the, stealing her blood and all that
like
shebang.
A vibranium needle.
Yeah, it didn't. And the ending was just. I get what they were trying to go for, like a fourth wall breaking thing, but clearly they don't know how to break the fourth wall here. They just, it wasn't great. If you're gonna bring, a Kevin Feige in it, just bring Kevin Feige in it.
Yeah.
Don't have this. Why did they have it? If it's supposed to break the fourth wall and she's supposed to come into the real world, go to Marvel Studios and talk to the head honcho, why the fuck was she talking to a robot then? Why is
Yeah.
Kevin Feige a robot?
I'll tell you what, another line I did laugh at, actually, though, after she's speaking to,
Mm.
you know, she goes, that's just my thing. I smash fourth walls, and sometimes Matt Murdock. I did like that line, actually, as well.
I did like how she was. She also said to the Kevin Feige robot, "What about the X-Men?" And then she turns to the camera and goes, "I did like that." So
Yeah.
as a character,
was-
she is great,
Yeah.
but the story really just kind of
The story didn't service how great this character can be.
Yeah,
Which,
because it didn't. I get it. They tried to show like she had like all the issues and stuff like that, and they get a little bit political in the show. I get that. Fair enough. Whatever. I don't really care. This is called She-Hulk. It's a Marvel
I remember
comic.
all these people going, Stan Lee would be turning in his grave when She-Hulk were coming out, and then that screenshot underneath, She-Hulk created in 1980 something by Stan Lee.
I mean,
Yeah.
like I said, I agree with you. The character's great, but the show itself wasn't.
The show itself wasn't.
First episode was great though. I
do think the first episode was great, but I do think as well, because that first episode was a bit longer, if I remember correctly, than most of the others. Now, not long doesn't mean good, but they had a bit more time to maneuver,
Flesh things out. Yeah,
flesh things out in the
they
episode.
didn't have to rush and then be like, right, okay, that's done. All right, okay, we've done that
But
for 5 minutes.
You
We've
never
done that
know.
for 5 minutes.
From what I've seen online, there's a lot of over hate of She-Hulk. I don't think there's not the right amount of, criticizing it for what it is. It's just hate, 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 and a lot of people, it was hate, hate, hate before they even saw it. And that's one thing I cannot stand in the online movie world, is you see so many videos now of people just trying to bring stuff down before it's even out.
I'll say this, Callum. At least it wasn't as bad as Endgame.
the very mixed review.
At least the writing was good.
Yeah, the very mixed reviewed Avengers Endgame that is not split.
Yeah, and this this She-Hulk overliked.
Yes.
Overliked She-Hulk.
Yes. And you know what?
Inside
While
joke.
we're at
Inside joke there.
While we're at it, them Spider-Verse films are shit.
They're an exception, but they're still shit.
But no,
we're all for no. But in all seriousness, we're all for conversation. Just it's sometimes it just feels like negativity is just there to spark a conversation. Like a lot of the time, I'm sorry, I'm getting a bit off topic here, but it is still to do with She-Hulk.
It's very much to do with She-Hulk, yeah.
I mean, talk about the positivities in the show. The only positivity that I saw people talking about was just Daredevil, and it's like, well, yeah, it was, but at the same time, there was other good things in the show. Like, again, like I said with the Abomination, I thought that scene was fucking great. Yeah. I think the first episode was good as well, pretty decent. It was the best episode, I'd say, apart from the Daredevil one. And obviously Bruce was great in it.
And do you know, I just want to say this, well, the Daredevil episode isn't just the best one because it's got Daredevil in it. Everything they tried to do in the show was just done better in that episode, like the law stuff was done better. The comedy was done better. The action, better. More time to breathe in the episode as well. So, just everything was just done that little bit better in the Daredevil episode.
I'll say, I mean, was there a reason in the show why Matt Murdock gets his suits designed by superhero suit designer. I thought that was a little bit
That was a little bit far
like,
fetched, yeah.
yeah, I was like, Daredevil wouldn't, just keep the law that they've got with
Yeah.
how his suit is. I like how it was before. Just keep it
I
as
do
that.
think we're going to see some Daredevil by the end of the year, though. It's got to be an
Hopefully.
Echo. Got to be an Echo.
Yeah. I mean, so yeah, that's probably my only gripe with the Daredevil thing. It's not the idea of, oh, this dude's making all superhero costumes for these people around. It's like, all right, fair enough. Probably there is a business there in the Marvel universe. I get that, but it's just Daredevil didn't fit that kind of thing. It just like he's a very on the streets gritty. I get it. They want to bring it lighthearted a bit, obviously, because this is
Yeah.
tailored
Well,
to,
he had to fit the
kids.
tone of that show.
Yeah.
And everyone who thinks Daredevil is serious,
No,
is
absolutely not.
one of my favourite panels that I've seen from a Daredevil comic is Daredevil getting touched by a villain who instantly makes people blind when he touches them.
Yeah.
And then Spider-Man says something is like, "Oh God, you have no idea how wrong you are," or something like that. And then Daredevil like kicks him out the window or something.
I mean, like I said, I just don't think that part suited Daredevil. Fair enough, it worked with She-Hulk. It kind of made sense with whatever, how she got her suit. I would have liked it being like a test thing instead of being like some fucking designer that made it. I didn't like that. I didn't like a designer making it. That was just kind of like,
Bruce should have really made it.
yeah. It
Yeah.
should have been like a material that he's been working on to help
Which he's already
with
made
the
and developed.
transformation. Well, there you go.
Which he's got for his shorts.
So.
But just to wrap this up, if we found out tomorrow it's official, She-Hulk season 2 is coming, where are you on the excitement chart?
I don't want to say 0, but it's just like, okay,
I'd be about
show
a 3.
me what you've got.
I'd be about a 3. It's just I'd want to know who's involved, who's writing it, who's directing.
Yeah, I won't say anything till anything's concrete. I'll say that. I get, apparently it wasn't talks, but I just won't comment till then.
Yeah. But sticking with the MCU,